Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't really know how to do one of these vids because I just don't. I suppose when you've got like a car channel, people do like a garage update mainly because, you know, they move their cars around, and that's one of the biggest changes that usually tends to happen with YouTubers. Fortunately, that's something that's not happening with my car garage update, but instead I thought I'll do like a life update, and I'm going to start with that. Really, we're on the 3rd of February today, 2025. The 3rd of January 2025, a month ago, changed my life forever, and it's a date that never really had any significance in my life before. But moving forwards, it's a heavy day. 3rd of January 2025, my dear wife Rashta passed away suddenly. She wasn't ill or anything, and the shock of her passing is something that I'm dealing with right now. I put up like a few posts, mainly on Insta when it happened, because I was posting constantly like stuff, and then all of a sudden I didn't, and then a few days after I did, and you know, I was really grateful for the amount of support that I received through the Instagram. I also put up like a community post, I suppose that's what it's called, on YouTube, and again inundated with quite a lot of messages. I wasn't really sure whether I should do this type of vid, but I think it's important for myself to do this because when I started my channel up, I can't remember when it was, quite a while ago now. It was something that I wasn't 100% behind, and my wife really kind of encouraged me to do it. I didn't have the tools at the time, you know. I had like a camera phone. I was editing on my phone as well. I just didn't really know how to do it. And she really kind of pushed me into doing like YouTube. She got me out of my comfort zone, and she's always been behind me on everything that I've ever wanted to do, especially when like I didn't have the full confidence in doing that. You know, sometimes like, you know, you go and you post up a vid and like you get a lot of hate, especially like with me, like I can't seem to pronounce my V's and my W's. They both sound the same, and I really struggle with that. But she helped me block out a lot of that noise. She was my best mate, and whenever I kind of struggled in life, I knew I could rely on her. You may never have seen her on the channel because I kept a lot of my private life away from YouTube. I just wanted to concentrate on the cars. I know there's times when like people bring the family into YouTube, and that's all fine as well. Just personally for me, she was never really interested in like being that part of YouTube with me, because she was like, it's yours, you do what you do. But she was part of it because at times she'd probably hold the camera on the side of a road as I'd speed past or something like that. She may have been holding the camera in the car as well while I was like, you know, doing some pan shots or whatever it might have been. And I suppose that's the bit I'm kind of struggling with here, because although she wasn't part of YouTube on my journey, she was part of YouTube on my journey, if that makes sense. A lot of the cars that featured R6 SHH were her cars, including the one I'm sitting in right now, the M340i, which I bought about, what, a month before she passed away. I mean, she was well into cars, which is why we had that kind of same passion. Sometimes she would drive my car. I mean, she'd drive my M4 pretty much, you know, weeks on end while I enjoyed her car. I mean, it's just one of those where I kind of think, how do I move on from here? I've got content on this M340i. which was shot before she passed away, which I have full intent to post onto the channel. But you'll see a different side of me on that, because it was shot and edited but not uploaded yet anyway. Before, I am going to carry on doing a lot of the things that she always wanted me to do, and I think I'll get solace in actually doing some of these things, because she was always backing me, and I know right now she's backing me as well. If someone ever asked me what is it like to, you know, lose a life partner before the 3rd of Jan, I wouldn't have a clue, and I would probably totally underestimate that pain if someone's gone through it. But right now, you know, as long as you've got a life partner that you get on with, and you know, you're an absolute friend with, and you can share everything with, and you've got the backing, and you supporting them as well as them supporting you, that pain it hits different. You know, I know people that have lost like a parent, grandparent, sibling, blah blah blah, and all of that pain is legit. You know, I totally get it, and I've seen it through. But when you've got such a relation with like your partner, your wife, your husband, and you lose someone like that, and you know, you got no filters in between, like as in, you know exactly, you know, how they were and how they trusted you and all of that stuff. When you got no filters like that, it just hits different. I mean, it's been a month today and I'm still struggling, and I'm not gonna put on the filter and kind of say, oh yeah, everything's hunky-dory and I'm moved on and, you know, I don't feel anything. Far from it. The best way, someone asked me at one point, how does it feel? Like, tell us, how does it feel? And the best way I can describe this pain is, imagine your heart being ripped out of you, and then it's kind of like twisted, scarred, ripped, and then it's handed back to you, and you've got to deal with it. That open wound is going to take as long as it's going to take for it to heal, but you're going to be left with a scar, and that scar is something that you're always going to remember. Someone once said to me, look, just think about the good times. For me, every moment was a good time. We just got on really well. Yes, of course you have ups and downs, but I had more good times than I did bad, and yeah, I do smile back on those memories, and in the time that we had together, we probably achieved a lot more than people would probably do in a lifetime. I mean, that's how I see it. And I just hope that, you know, there's a bit of normality somewhere that comes along, and, you know, I kind of get back into some of the things that, you know, I need to get on with. I mean, as ever, you know, I'm always thankful for all the support that my followers on not only YouTube but across all my platforms have been, you know, supporting me with, even during these, like, say, real difficult times, those that have got to learn about what's happened. And I will post content, I will do all the things that I had planned for not only this car but my M4 as well, but it's just going to take a different kind of turn and how I do that, and I'm just going to take my time on that. It's not really the type of vid that I would like to put out there. Maybe I'm doing this just to give myself a little bit of solace, but I'm going to leave some of her life quotes that she used to like talk about at the end of this vid, and if you have got to this point, please check those quotes that she used to, or her sayings or her words that, you know, she would say to me along my journey with her. Thank you guys for watching this vid, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.